This video contains much cat. If you do not like cat, please remove yourself from this viewing page. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy the video. Hello everybody, my name is Morgan, and today I have my July book haul, part 1. I bought way too many books this month, and so this is going to be part 1. So let's get started. So the first part of this haul is the books that I got in my BookCase.Club box for July. I get the Teenage Dream box, and the picks for that were The Walled City by Ryan Groudon. This book is about a world where kids hide, where these kids are trying to hide, and kind of how they try to escape the city. It's a very interesting premise, and I'm very excited to read it. Plus, I love Ryan Groudon, and she's going to be at YALLFest this year, so I'm so excited to meet her and get my book signed as well. The other book out of BookCase.Club was The Young World by Chris Wheats. It is more of a illness dystopian. There's this sickness that has killed most everybody. Everybody who's left joins these tribes. One of the kids in this guy's tribe discovers the cure to the illness. If you can't tell, the theme was dystopian, and I'm so excited to crack into these books. So the next thing that I did is I went to a book signing for V.E. Schwab at my local indie bookstore, Parnassus. I am so excited. I picked up some cool books at Parnassus. So obviously the first book that I got was This Savage Song by V.E. Schwab, and it is signed. V.E. Schwab was super sweet, and I cannot wait to read this. It was my first time at Parnassus, and so I picked up some other books just for fun. I picked up Sweet Scarlet by Maureen Johnson. I loved Maureen Johnson's 13 Little Blue Envelopes, and this is the first time that I have seen of this in real life. For the longest time I thought it had gone out of print, so I was so excited to find this. And it matches my lips. Next, I finally picked up Illuminae by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. I'm on page 31 because I'm trying to audiobook it while I read it, and so that makes it go a little bit slower. But I'm so excited to read this, especially because Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman are both going to be at YALLFest this year. And I am also going, so I'm very excited to meet them and get my book signed. Next I have And I Darken by Kirsten White. This is a gender-bent retelling of Vlad the Impaler, and I am so excited to start on this book. The next books that I have are from a book outlet haul that I got. I filmed the unboxing, except I couldn't figure out how to film it sitting near my shelf or standing near my shelf, because the box was very heavy. So I ended up filming it on my bed, and that didn't work out so well. Partly because my walls are currently beige, because I'm staying in the guest room, and that's pretty much the only reason that didn't work out. But anyway, I have a 19-book book outlet haul. They did a young adult 50 under 50, so 50 YA titles were 50% off the book outlet prices, and I went just a little crazy. Not all of these books were on sale, but a lot of them were. So the first thing in my little book outlet box was Zombies vs. Unicorns, edited by Holly Black and Justine Larbalestier. This includes so many awesome YA authors, including Meg Cabot, Garth Nix, Naomi Novik, Libba Bray, Cassandra Clare, Maureen Johnson, and Scott Westerfeld, in addition to quite a few more awesome YA authors. I'm very excited to jump into this. This just sounds awesome. The next book is Frozen, which is the first book in the Heart of Dread series by Melissa De La Cruz and Michael Johnston. This is a fantasy, however I don't know much about it. It was one that my mom was like, this sounds awesome, we gotta read this, and so we bought it while it was on sale. All I know about it is that it was a fantasy, and it sounded pretty good at the time. Next, I have Winter Spell by Claire Legrand. This sounds so awesome. This is a retelling of The Nutcracker, which I already am hooked, but it's like a creepy retelling. It's blurred by Marissa Meyer, who I love. And I can't wait to read it. Plus, this cover is like gorgeous, and then she has the knife, and it's creepy, and I love it. I'm so excited to read it. Next, I have She Is Not Invisible by Marcus Sedgwick. This is a thriller with a blind protagonist. And that sounds super awesome, especially considering my friends and I have conversations often about disability in YA, and the fact that there isn't a lot. You know, in YA there is a lot of LGBT plus diversity, there is a lot of racial diversity and gender diversity. There isn't a lot of disability diversity. There isn't enough of any of them, but there isn't enough of disability diversity especially. and I'm very excited to jump into this. Next, I have Shadowfell by Juliette Merlier. I heard about this on Peruse Project's channel on here on BookTube, and it is a fantasy. Again, I don't know much about it. I picked it up because it was like $1.50, and Peruse Project made it sound super fun and fantasy, and it's my first Juliette Merlier book, and I cannot wait to jump into it. Next, I have Once Again by Liz Braswell and Cameron Doge. This is a collection of 2 novellas, which is, I believe, supposed to be a sequel to Once, which I have on that shelf. And I can't show you right now because it is under a lot of books. This has a novella based on Snow White and a novella based on Sleeping Beauty, and I'm very excited to get into this. And the cover is so pretty. Next, I have Lock and Key by Sarah Dessen. As most of you probably know, Sarah Dessen is the queen of contemporaries, and since it is summer, I thought I would give another one of her books a try. Next, I have The Final Descent by Rick Yancey. This is the 4th and final book in the Monstermologist series. I heard about the Monstermologist series on Kat of Catty-tastic's channel, and I am just super excited to delve into this. Next, I have The Inventor's Secret by Andrea Kramer. This is a steampunk dystopian, which is very exciting for me. I am loving steampunk novels. I read The Clockwork Scarab about a week ago, and I just finished reading the Finish Your School series by Gail Carrigier. I am super excited to delve into more steampunky novels. The next book that I have is Let the Sky Fall by Shannon Messenger. This is another book, I believe it's a dystopian. I'm not quite sure. My mom picked it out again, and I was just like, okay, go for it. It's cheap, and I know I'll read it at some point because I've heard some good stuff about this. But yeah. The next book that I have is Side Effects May Vary by Julie Murphy. This is a contemporary. I don't know much about it. I bought it on a whim because I loved her other book, Dumplin', and so I thought I would give this a try. Next, I have Maid of Wonder by Jennifer McGowan. This is the 3rd, and I believe it is the final book in the Maids of Honor trilogy series. Imagine if Queen Elizabeth's maids were spies. The series is very good, and I cannot wait to finish it out. Next, I have The Museum of Intangible Things by Wendy Wonder. This is a fun road trippy contemporary, and I'm very excited to get to it this summer, because what else do you read during the summer than fun road trippy contemporaries? Next, I have Under a Painted Sky by Stacey Lee. This is a historical fiction set during the Gold Rush and on the Oregon Trail, and I'm very excited to get into this. I love historical fiction, and this cover is gorgeous. Next, I have Cold Spell by Jackson Pierce. This is a retelling of The Snow Queen. This is the 4th and final book in Jackson Pierce's retellings series. I've not read any of the other books, but as far as I know, these are all companion novels. So yeah, I can't wait to delve into this. Next, I have Vivian Devine is Dead by Lauren Sable. This is a thriller about a movie star who has to go on the run. It sounds so interesting, and I cannot wait to read this. Next, I have Cleopatra Confesses by Carolyn Meyer. This is another of her Royal Diaries books. I don't believe it is part of that exact series, but it follows the similar kind of format of having a famous royal figure of royalty tell their story in a diary format. This is obviously Cleopatra's book, and I cannot wait to get into this as I love Carolyn Meyer's literature. Next, I have Starbird Murphy and the World Outside by Karen Finneyfrock. This sounded a lot to me like Stargirl by Jerry Spinelli. That book was about a girl who had traveled the river and is kind of bizarre, kind of finding her place in a school. And this is about a girl who has grown up on a commune going to work in the real world. Very excited to get to it. Mosquitoland by David Arnold. This is a road trip book. I think it's a little bit more meaningful, a little bit more heartbreaking, heartfelt, but still really good. David Arnold is going to be coming to the Southern Festival of Books, as well as YALLFest, and I cannot wait to meet him and get my book signed, and yeah. The last leg of this haul are books that I picked up on Amazon on a whim. They had a couple hardcovers for like $9, $7. I picked up An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. I had not yet picked this up, which makes me really depressed, but now I own it. It was like $9, and I had to get it. The last book of my haul is The Darkest Part of the Forest by Holly Black. This is a fantasy, kind of sci-fi book, like most of Holly Black's books. Kind of dark, kind of creepy, and I cannot wait to delve into it, as I loved The Coldest Girl in Cold Town, and I cannot wait to delve in. I can't wait to read this. I've waited for like 3 years to get this, and I finally have it, and I'm very excited. Hey guys, so I just got home, and I realized that I had forgotten to film part of this haul, and that was a package that I actually received from a giveaway. So I'm going to go on and do that real quick before I edit. So about 2 weeks ago, I found a giveaway on Twitter. The first 40 people who entered received a print of the cover for a really gorgeous graphic novel, and I entered, and I happened to be one of the first 40 people who entered. So I have a gorgeous The Girls of 100 Oaks print, courtesy of Miranda Cianelli, and a Miranda Cianelli bookmark. So yeah, I just really quickly want to say thank you so much for sending me this gorgeous print, and I cannot wait to get it framed. So yeah, that was my July 2016 part 1 book haul, plus Cat, because Cat is apparently feeling lonely today. So that's plus Cat. No, kitty. So, I will see y'all soon. I may or may not be with my cat. Comment below if you want to see more of my cat, I guess. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Bye.